All right, y'all. We're back with this one. Red Rose England women's rugby team and the Black Fern played each other this past weekend. Shout out to Red Rose. They ended up winning it, getting their first back-to-back win over the Black Fern. I think this story was more so for me an interesting one of the rivalry and what built up into it. Apparently, this was the 32nd time in 27 years that these two teams have played each other. Black Fern have the overall record 21-11 at that point. And I think now obviously it's 21-12. So I guess it's the 34th time. Yeah, 34th time that they did it. It's just I just thought it was good. It was a good play. There wasn't really too much to go off of it, but I really enjoyed the fact that the Black Fern on their advertising, because the Red Rose did shit for advertising. I'm not gonna lie. They did not promote this very excitedly, despite the fact that thankfully I think they ended up having like 40,000 people in Twickenham Stadium watching the game, which is a solid amount for the women's side, and maybe not as much as the Premier, which I think it's like maybe 50,000-60,000, but just 40,000, 45,000, 50,000 is significant for a game of this magnitude. But like I said, I love what the Black Fern did. They had like the most passive vibes lead up into this. Like if you look on their IG, you're talking about like I always talk about the Ruby Tui video where it's like with reggae music over the top, super New Zealand. I'm not gonna lie, Ruby Tui's got a vibe that's got me swooning. I'm not gonna front. That's swooning vibes right there. But it was really good, great energy with that. They had going into England when they got there, giving free coffee to constituents out there, and really building population love for them. This is a different kind of year for them. They were without Portia Woodman for the first time in a decade. Who's been their best player and, obviously is the greatest women's rugby player of all time and amongst, in my opinion, the top 10 greatest rugby players of all time. And then you add to the factor that then you had the video of them with King Charles in Buckingham Palace and the group scrum hug that went along with it. And it was so many good vibes promotion for the team. Didn't really have like the aggression that I wanted from this rivalry that's been like Rugby World Cups, the world champions versus the number one team in the world. This 2 decades battle of the North and the Southern hemispheres, 2 best teams. Like both of them, it didn't have the full hype, but it was still a good game, man. Again, the Red Rose winning it, outside of the Rugby World Cup is great, but whoever wins the Rugby World Cup really is the one that has the swag, in my opinion. It truly has a swag going with it. So I think I just wanted to say on that one, like it was good vibes. It was just good vibes. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it that much more, but I think this was one of those things that were purely just Southern Hemisphere. It's just Southern Hemisphere. It's just New Zealand in that one, and the vibes that go with it. Beasts on the field, chill, reggae vibes. It's an island when it always comes down to it. It might have 8 million people. It's an island, and they're gonna do island stuff. And UK just blase over it, which we need to talk about that too. Like you can't have games like that and blase blah your social media like that. That's stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're taking dumplings to a new level. My name is Gifte Belu. I'm here with Health Enhanced Foods, and I want to introduce you to one of our most popular products, dumpling flour. What makes our dumpling flour so popular is that it is a mix of unrefined super flours that create the maximum level of nourishment for your personal dumplings. This is including mixes like buckwheat, sunflower, flax seeds, everything that helps to be able to make your appetite stronger, more fulfilled, and healthier. Including within that, We have no added sugars, so we want to make sure that it is rich in protein, rich in fiber, and rich in vitamins and minerals. Our dumpling flour is diabetic friendly, high in quality gluten-free mixes with no rice. And if you know, you know. There's always a little bit of rice to be able to stabilize it, not here in our dumpling flour. It is naturally nourishing, and of course, it's a great substitute for wheat-based dumplings. With this gluten-free dumpling, you can now make your croissants, you can make your rice dumplings, you can make your dessert dumplings. You can absolutely find this at healthenhancedfoods.com. Go ahead, get yourself a bag, get yourself a pallet, and make sure that you can fulfill for your people and yourself the way that you really deserve it. Don't wait, let's go!